Good morning, trucking divas and those inspiring to be trucking divas. Today I am here at Cisco in Pleasant Grove once again, and today's video is just going to be a little bit about sliding your fifth wheel to make sure that you are not overweight. I had an incident a couple weeks ago when I went through the Cordelia scales here in California, and I was overweight by almost 1,600 pounds. I had just left the facility and I knew that they had heavy freight, but I just assumed that because I made it through the scales last time, even though it's the same stuff, the way that they loaded my trailer made me overweight. So when I left that facility, I didn't take the time to weigh myself or to adjust my fifth wheel. So when I got to Cordelia, they made me circle around the scale again to check and see that I was overweight, and sure enough, I was. So I didn't get that citing ticket. They gave me the chance to adjust my fifth wheel. It took me about 15 minutes because I had such a heavy load that it was hard for me to back up. So I'm just going to show you a little bit of a clip about adjusting the fifth wheel and probably some other stuff such as drop and hook and sliding your tandems, which are your four rear tires in the back of your trailer. You all have a blessed, wonderful day, and I will see you on the road, ladies. Bye-bye. Okay, I'm on 80 now. I just barely made it through Cordelia scales. I couldn't record it, but as I was going across the scales, found out I was overweight on my drive axles. I was like 35,530 and can't be more than 34,000. I knew immediately what the problem was, and that was I needed to readjust my fifth wheel. And oh my God, it took me 15 to 20 minutes just to readjust it. In other words, I had to back underneath my trailer, which is fully loaded at 75,000 pounds. And it's very hard to move at that point, but I got it done. And they told me if you get a green light when you go across next time, just keep on going. And I got the green light, so I'm super happy about that. It was about to stress me out because I couldn't get a hold of my dispatcher or the owner of the company. So by the time they called me back, I had the problem resolved. Thank you, Jesus. I just wanted to comment about the problem I had on the scales the other day. I was overweight by 1,600 pounds or near 1,600 pounds. The reason why is because I failed to slide my fifth wheel back 2 notches. So what happens is if you don't do it correctly, you're going to show like I did overweight. It's unlocked right now, if you can see. Actually, it's set at the 3rd notch, but I had it at the 5th notch. That's the 3rd notch. I had it here, which made me almost 1,600 pounds overweight. So really, you gotta pay attention to that when you're carrying a heavy load. Just wanted to show you that real quick. And this is what you will do to readjust that.
You still on this one, Daniel, or did you move to 19 already?
Always when I don't want them to talk, they do. But this is the lever that you would pull over to the left in order to slide your fifth wheel from inside the truck. Okay, this is the trailer that I'm picking up. However, I'm not fully backed up underneath that trailer, and I'll show you why. First of all, the kingpin is too high. There's too big of a gap between my trailer and my fifth wheel. So what I'm gonna have to do is go to my landing gear and lower it down until it's the right height for me to back under. Right now, it's gonna be notice I've lowered the landing gear and now my trailer is touching my fifth wheel, so I know I can back under. At this point, it's okay for me to hook up my airline. Now, before backing under your trailer, you want to make sure that your tractor is lined up with the trailer that you're picking up. Right now, I'm completely lined up. And what I do is I measure that fifth wheel to make sure there's no gap before I even proceed, or if necessary, I will get out and look, but I can look from my cab and see that I can back under this trailer. Okay, we're locked from inside the cab. What you want to do is a tug test to make sure. And pretty much I'm locked in. But I've got one more thing to do. I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna do a visual. Outside of my truck, it appears that everything is hooked up, but I still wanna look underneath there, come around between your landing gear and your tire, and make sure that that kingpin is locked, and it is. Next thing you want to do is start hooking up your airlines. Got my blue side connected. Got my red side connected, and you want to make sure that they're blue is matching blue, red is matching red. Some trucks don't even have that, so you have to figure that out. Then I want to come back here and let up my landing gear. See if this one's going to be user friendly. And it is. Now this is a Pepsi load, and I know for sure that this load is going to be heavy. So what I talked about earlier as far as adjusting that fifth wheel, I know that I'm going to have to do that across those same scales that made me recircle last time. I don't ever want to go through that again. And our landing gear is up. The thing you want to do is do a visual on your turn signal lights, your four-ways. Make sure they're working. I usually have that hooked up, but for the sake of the video, I turned off my truck and I didn't have any lights on. But make sure those are working. Check your tires. And you will be able to tell if your tire's low because not only the sound, but the feel of it. This is a sealed load. Lights are working here. Everything's working there. My seal is intact. And we're going to go around to the other side and we're going to thump the tires here. A lot of drivers use hammers, but I really don't see that as necessary because, like I said before, you'll be able to tell by the sound and the feel of your tire if you have a flat. And my turn signal light's working here. We're all set. Heading to Santa Rosa.